Good morning, market snipers. This is Jesse. Welcome back. Monday, just another manic Monday over here in the markets, whether it's crypto, stocks, or Forex. We're going to be covering it all. If you're new to the channel, awesome. Welcome aboard. First 15 to 30 minutes, we're going to take a deep dive into the charts. We're going to go pretty fast. And then put your comments in. Subscribe to the channel. Smash the like button. Smash the subscribe button. And comment what assets you'd like me to cover. And on the second half of the live stream, we will dive into those requests. Just make sure to put in the symbol, crypto versus stock, whatever it is, and then what you're looking to do. So good morning, everybody. What we're looking at is the Bitcoin daily chart, right? You got the Bitcoin daily chart. It had a big move up since the buy signal here at 27,150. Quick recap. And there's been no sell signal since, right? There's been no sell signal since. Price is getting overbought. There's bearish divergences, right? Followed by a reverse candle, followed by, we were talking about a possible lower high, not confirmed, right? And then price takes off to the upside after multiple wicks. We had a close above here. We talked about it. If it closes back above the 37,800 or 900-ish, whatever it is, 37,865, right? That we'd expect higher prices. And then went higher. We had price once again overbought. We still have bearish divergence. And is this a lower high, right? Is this a lower high? We talked about it. Is this a lower high? No. Is this a lower high? No. Is this a lower high now? It's too early to say on the price, but we talked about in the video last night. So if you didn't see this video from last night, then definitely go take a look at that. Bitcoin sell signal was based off the 12-hour chart, not the daily chart. So we have no sell signal on the daily chart yet, but there was a sell signal on the 12-hour chart. And I did a 16-minute video taking a deeper dive on that. So I won't rehash 16 minutes here. We're just kind of doing a quick overview. Just one thing to point out here, we got the red trending dot already. And if you start getting a daily close back below 41,200, that's when I'm going to say that lower high is confirmed. It hasn't done it yet, right? Hasn't done it yet. We talked about it. We covered it. It found support at target 3 of target 4. We have two scenarios laid out, one to the upside and one to the downside. And will price find support at key target 3? It has so far 3 times, possibly 4 times. The more times it knocks on the door and then you start getting closes below it, then target 4 is on the table. And then if it starts closing below there, then that's why we have this arrow here pointing that, hey, scenario 2 is on the board. So if you're interested, definitely go take a look at that video from last night. I did 16 minutes of a deeper dive on it. So let's jump into Ethereum, right? So Ethereum has bearish divergence as well, right? So bearish divergence, this is a lower high, right? So I pointed that out. This is a lower high from December 14th on Ethereum. Why? Because this low here was taken out by this candle close yesterday. So yesterday, when the candle closed at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, my time, the candle closes there and took out this pivot here. So you've got a lower high, and then you got a lower low here. And now the follow-up to it is, hey, there's a pending sell signal on Ethereum daily chart, right? Obviously, the 12-hour chart already had sell signals coming down like that. But the daily chart has a pending sell signal as well and is trending back down. Has hit shorter-term target 1 to the downside so far. Not once, twice, 3 times. This is the 4th time. Spiked below it. Again, start closing back below it. Then target 2 is becoming a higher probability. There's never a guarantee. Sometimes it feels like it, but it's never a guarantee it's going to come back all the way down to target 2, 3, or possibly even 4 on this retracement. This was a nice big move up on the buy signal back here at 1,600. So is Ethereum leading the way, right? Is Ethereum leading the way for Bitcoin with a pending sell signal today, down 1.5% so far, whereas Bitcoin is pretty much flat, right? So we kind of looked at this overall. Ethereum, the heat map over here, down 1.5%, Bitcoin 0.36%. In the crypto world, that is flat, right? That is flat. If it's not moving at least 2% or more, it seems like it's a flat day. XRP down 1.9, Cardano 1.66, Doge down 3.5, Avalanche, right? So those are some of the bigger names. Solana up a little over 1% today after a move down. So we'll take a look at it. Also, we want to take a look at, just a check-in over here. This is the chart of the S&P 500 percent of stocks above the 200-day moving average, right? So we look at this from time to time. And the reason why we look at it from time to time is because many investors believe that if the stock is above the 200-day moving average, probably the crypto assets as well, probably Forex as well, they believe that it's in a bull market, right? So we covered it back here when, what was it, 76% of all stocks of the SP 500 were below the 200-day moving average, right? So that's looking like the low back here. Then it peaked up here. 80% of all SP 500 stocks were above the 200-day moving average, and now it's coming back a little bit to 75.20. So this is the low. We don't know if that was the high, right? Comes back for a retracement. There was even a gap up on this chart back here at 42.5, right? You got the moving averages down here. Just something interesting to look at. We were talking about a weekly crossover on the MACD there to back up into bullish territory. So even the weekly and the daily, just like to cover it over there. So let's get back to it. Ethereum, pending sell signal. Smash the comments if you'd like me to do a video on crypto today or tomorrow. I can do a separate video similar to Bitcoin and give you my thoughts on that. Take a little bit deeper dive, maybe spend 10 to 15 minutes over there. Smash the comments over there. Rick's Money Makers, Helton, welcome back. Let's go, Market Snipers. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Arnold, good morning. Welcome back. Johnny C, good morning. Aldo, good morning. Can you find it hard to look at? PAL ETF, thanks. Possibly, but you have to, go subscribe to my newsletter, Aldo, right? I saw your comment. I'm not going to let that slide. you think you're funny over there? I saw it. I still got to respond to you, but yeah. How many times can I say newsletter in one video? I don't know. Newsletter. Speaking of which, if you go over here and click here, I posted the latest newsletter. I did a full write-up similar to the old days. We had this is exactly 2 years on the newsletter since we started the newsletter. And the newsletter started off as a paid newsletter, right? So this middle of December 2021, I launched the paid newsletter. And then 1 year ago, so it's our 2-year anniversary. 1 year ago, I decided to not, just a little under 1 year ago, I decided not to have the paid newsletter anymore. So I've just had the free newsletter. I've sent them out consistently at least once or twice per week, but I spent more time on it yesterday. So definitely go check out the newsletter. Aldo, you definitely want to read the newsletter, Aldo. And I don't know, maybe I beat the video with saying it so many times, but hey, when it's free, we don't make any money off of it, right? So you got to have paid advertisements, right? Well, this is me just advertising a free newsletter. So there you go. But you got the newsletter over here. I spent a longer write-up on Bitcoin. I talked about Ethereum. I talked about the NASDAQ very briefly, and then an opportunity alert. So every Sunday, I'm hoping to do it. Obviously, next Sunday is Christmas, so I'll be with the family. I don't know if I'll try to send one out, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to send it out. But possibly next Sunday as well. But every Sunday, 2024, I plan to send out the free newsletter and spend more time on it like it's a paid newsletter, but that it's still free. So definitely go find it over there. You can find it on the website as well. We have services, only $29 or $79 a month. That's our only 2 services. And then, of course, if you go to the homepage, you can sign up for the free newsletter over there as well. So with that, let's get back to it. Ethereum, bearish divergence, lower high, right? Lower low, pending sell signal. The probabilities are continuing to stack up that we're going to hit target 2 over there. Tesla, John, Morning Snipers. Jesse, what's your thoughts on Tesla after it broke out of the trend line last week, but got rejected longer term down? We can take a look at it. Second half. Myrna, Bacon, good morning. Welcome back, Myrna. Now, I'm going to call you out on it. If you make comments like that, I'm going to call you out on it, and then I'm going to make you sit through 10,000 more newsletter mentions over there. You know how I do it. I don't let that slide. I'll get you back. I got thick skin. Hopefully you got thick skin too. You can handle it back, right? So if you dish it out, you're going to hand it back. Ollie, good morning. Sniper, good morning. Lawrence, welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Ollie, Aldo, Myrna, everybody, welcome back. So let's keep going. Let's keep looking at this crypto. We got Ethereum, bearish divergence, lower high. Okay, we got that. We got it. We got it, Jesse. We got it. Sand, right? You got bearish divergence. We've been talking about it. Bearish divergence there. This looks like a lower high, right? And then seems like that's a lower low. It's hard to say, right? That could be a lower low, confirms the lower high, breaking down from the trending dots, right? There's an RSI sell signal on sand. There is a MACD bearish crossover, right? No sell signal yet on the daily chart. 12-hour chart already had one on the last candle close last evening, right? So that's sand. Bearish divergence looks like a lower high. We will see for lower prices. Near, we'll probably redraw this trend line just because I don't know what time frame it was on, but that probably looks probably more accurate, where there's multiple fake outs to the downside, pushes all the way back up. You can see the indicators picking up longer term bearish divergence, right? Longer term bearish divergence. By the way, the sharpshooter RSI is included with the package, $79 a month. There you go, Aldo, all good. I know it's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. So if you can dish it out, you gotta be able to take it, especially in my family. I'm just getting geared up, Aldo. So I guess you're a part of the family. But when I go home to see the family, right, they all dish it out to me all at once. So we're talking 20, 30 plus people dishing it out as hard as they can to me. Not only do I have to take it, then I have to dish it back out to 20, 30 people and stand my ground. They all love to gang up on me. I don't know what it is, but I can handle it. So I guess they dish it out to the person that can handle it. And then just don't push too far. Then I might get really mean about it. So, but yeah, that's what I got to get geared up for, or the holidays, the family dishing it out, and then me giving it back and see if they can take it or not, right? I can take it. Can they take it? So we'll find out. Near, you got the bearish divergence, right? Is this a lower high? Price broke down multiple times below the trending dots, pushed all the way back up, and now it's pushing back down. It's trending that way. The probabilities are stacking that we're going to see a bigger correction on these crypto assets. Near down 4%, right? Dot almost down 2%. You got bearish divergence even on dot here, right? Bearish divergence. You got bearish divergence here. Could be a sneaky lower high, too early to say. Again, MACD pending bearish crossover, right? So could see a pending sell signal in the near future. Most of them probably already have sell signals on the 12-hour chart. You go back to near, sell signal on the 12-hour chart, dot, right? But on the daily chart, there's no sell signals yet. And there was a sell signal back here, but there wasn't bearish divergence at the time, right? So could be a little bit bigger correction than, say, possibly back here. We don't know yet. Too early to say. So it's not that it's going back to zero, right? We always talk about this. It's not like it's going back to zero. Definitely not going to $100,000 Bitcoin, right? But also not going to $10,000 Bitcoin. It's, eventually one of the two is possible that it happens, but we're going to take it level by level. And all of that is just noise while we're sniping the markets together. So dot, not a pending sell signal yet, but it is below the trending dots. We'll continue to watch it. Chainlink had a sell signal on the daily chart first, right? Had the bearish divergence followed by a sell signal. It's looking like a lower high. Currently holding at the 200-week moving average, right? Will Chainlink retrace and go back below the 200-week moving average? Good question. Or will it find support, not have as deep of a correction, and that's it, and builds up momentum and then moves up higher? We don't know yet. But it's currently retested the 200-week moving average. It's currently there, just above it right now. So it's too early to say. If I mapped out the targets, there'd be a confluence area probably around $11. So we'll keep an eye on it. Solana, right? Bearish divergence. The indicator is picking it up. Bearish divergence. You also have additional bearish divergence. And then we're going to find out if it starts to break down. Could be lagging time-wise to the other crypto assets, right? It was more bullish. There was a lot of hype out there. There was a lot of hype. There was a lot of direct messages out there telling me that, you know, they were sitting in cash and they were, you know, feeling the fear of missing out, and they're asking if I should get in, if they should get in or not. And I just responded with, I don't give financial advice, right? But then I start talking about it on the live streams and stuff that were, hey, people are reaching out. They're feeling it. They missed it. They missed the move. They really want to be in. Doesn't mean it can't go higher, but it's also like a lot of times it's a warning sign. Not always, but a lot of times it's a warning sign that, hey, listen to the bearish divergence. We'll see if there's a bigger correction on Solana. We'll see. We will see. There's no pending sell signal yet. Probably not even. There was a sell signal on the 12-hour chart. Price come back, possibly retest the trending dots, but that's the lower time frame, right? Even the 12 hours is a lower time frame. The daily chart, pending sell signal on RSI, no pending sell signal on the sharpshooter candles, and then you have a bearish MACD crossover, right? So that's Solana. Cardano, right? You have you don't have long-term bearish divergence, but you got shorter-term bearish divergence. So you got shorter-term bearish divergence, and then you had an RSI sell signal, possibly a MACD bearish crossover in the near future. Not yet, right? So is it going to break down as well? Possible. Too early to say, but there was bearish divergence short-term, not as much so long-term, right? So we'll go over it. The newsletter is awesome newsletter. So I just subscribed to the newsletter. Awesome. Welcome. Yeah, we've had it for 2 years, right? We've had it for 2 years. Started off as a paid newsletter, and it's just, you know, I didn't want to commit to, you know, people paying for it and going up, as I was focusing more on the Discord. And so I flipped it back to a free newsletter. And now I'm going to spend more time on doing the write-ups, at least on a weekly basis, possibly multiple times, maybe a shorter newsletter, you know, for a second time in the week. But typically I'm thinking on Sundays, right? It can always change depending on my schedule and stuff, because, you know, at the end of the day, it's free. I want to try to stay as consistent as possible. But on the weekly, just try to send out the newsletter with a bigger write-up on Sunday. So that's what I'm kind of thinking right now. I took an allergy pill. Here, my nose is running. Matic, you've got bearish divergence as well. You had a reversal candle here, possible lower high, and then price took out this low here, right? So you got a confirmed lower high, right? A sneaky one, followed by a sell signal on the daily chart. And the 200-week moving average is currently holding up. Will it continue to hold up, or will it go lower? We don't know yet, right? It could just be back testing it, but we'll see if it goes down lower. If not, from this move down here, you can kind of eyeball test. This would be a good confluence area, probably around 67 cents. So we'll keep an eye on it. Mana, right? We had bearish divergence. The indicator is not picking it up, most likely because of you know, change the inputs on it. It changes from asset to asset, but you've got from that buy signal, then you have the sell, flipped it right back around, bearish divergence, reversal. They're all starting to look similar. Lower high, confirmed, took out this pivot here, right? Pending sell signal on Mana, right? Now to Bitcoin miners. Bitfarm is still currently ultra bullish on the daily chart. What a move that was, right? HUT is up 12.67%. Had not hit target 2 before I started the live stream. Now it has, right? We are all over this. Look at this smile. We were all over this, right? December 13th. Smash the like button for December 13th. December 13th. I posted in the Discord based off the 1 hour chart, right? So based off the 1 hour chart on December 13th, last Wednesday, I posted in the Discord with all the details. I said, it seems like the bottom is in on HUT, but keep in mind, it is based on the 1 hour chart. So we'll keep an eye on it and monitor it, right? And then the 4 hour chart was starting to look better. And so let's go to a recap of it, right? So you got the 1 hour chart back here, right? I have to change the trend line. So December 13th, right? Posted in Discord. Start, right back here before even the buy signal even happened. It was under $8.80. And I posted in Discord. It seems like the bottom is in. I personally took a position on it, not only on stock, but I also took options positions. And those are up pretty big because they're up pretty big back here when I checked when the market opened, right? And now it's got to be up even bigger from here. So posted it back here, options play. I took the ones that expired in mid-January. I don't know how long I'm going to hold it. It was based off a lower time frame, right? It is ultra bullish on the 1 hour chart. Had a buy signal on the 1 hour chart on the 14th. So I posted it. I've been posting every single day since. And then it moved to the 4 hour chart, right? 4 hour chart had a buy signal on the 14th. Had a little bit of consolidation there. Was still above the trending dots. Then a buy signal, another buy signal there at $10. And it's just pumping up on the 4 hour chart. If we move up in the progressions, had a buy signal on the 15th for the daily chart. We talked about it with a pending buy signal. So the buy signal was on the 15th. So that was the progression from the 13th to the 14th. The time frame started to go from very, very low time frames to mid time frames to like higher mid time frames daily chart. And now what I haven't showed you yet is the weekly chart has a pending buy signal as well, right? So doesn't mean it's going to come up and hit target 3, similar to Bitfarms and the other Bitcoin miners that we're looking at. Doesn't mean it's going to come up here and hit shorter term target 4 like the other ones. Doesn't mean it's going to retest the 200-week moving average like the other ones, but it is trending that way. We talked about it way back here that it seems like you need a lot of patience, similar to Bitfarms. And if we look at Bitfarms, right, after that buy signal, holy moly guacamole, that was a great move. That was a great move. We were talking about it back here. You need that patience. It was flipping around, and then boom, off to the races, right? Hopefully that happens for my sniper family out there, my sniper crew out there. Hopefully they're getting rewarded off this. We'll see. It's currently up 12.5% as we speak, pending buy signal on the weekly chart. Woo, what a time to be alive as a market sniper. Continuing to sniper the markets together. Definitely smash the like button. Definitely smash the subscribe button. Help me, help you, help me. Let's keep going. Hive, right? Let's go back to the daily chart. We're on it. This could be a push up. I didn't even knock off target 2 yet, right? Big reversal back down, right? Looks like it found support here, put in a higher low, starting to flip back around, and we'll see if it kind of moves out to the upside after that, right? So we'll see if target 2 gets hit. Remember, these are shorter term targets. You got the 200-week moving average all the way up here at $6.84. That'd be a massive move. It is still bullish, right? Still bullish. CLSK still ultra bullish, right? Had a big move up, consolidated, kind of let the trending dots, moving averages catch up, right? And then it's still ultra bullish on the daily chart. Marathon Digital still ultra bullish on the daily chart, making move to the longer term target 1. Marathon Digital, longer term target 1 up here at about $22. Went through for the shorter term targets, got rejected the 200 week, consolidated, pushed back up above, and now it's off and running. Myrna Bacon, Jesse, can you check natural gas? Yep, natural gas is bullish, but we can take a look at it on the second half of the live stream, Myrna, so stick around. I noticed UNG was up as well. Someone's had me look at that before. But yeah, it was bullish. I saw it was up on natural gas futures. I was looking at futures. Riot is bullish over there. NASDAQ, right? Put this out in the newsletter, and it's just ultra bullish, right? The trend can be your friend all the way until the very end if you trust it, right? If you trust the trend, just know it was bullish. It's back to being ultra bullish. Yes, it's overbought, right? AKA being overbought. But it's sometimes when the magic happens. That's why we have a magic wand. It's sometimes when the magic happens, the price is above the trending dots. It's making all-time highs, right? It's making all-time highs. It's above the trending dots. It's above the trend line, right? The weekly chart is ultra bullish on the weekly chart. And one thing to point out, I thought was interesting. I think it's interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the 8th possible green weekly candle in a row. Bitcoin had 8 consecutive green candles in a row, followed by a red candle on the 9th. Could Bitcoin be leading the way? Could Bitcoin, it has in the past, right? Not a guarantee, not for certain, but the NASDAQ, Bitcoin had 8 consecutive green candles in a row. And I talked about it on the video briefly last night and in the newsletter. So definitely go take a look at it. So NASDAQ, could it have one more green weekly green candle this week, followed by a red candle next week? It's possible. I mean, doesn't mean it's going to happen, but it's possible that it follows Bitcoin and does something very similar. So we'll take a look at it. It is currently ultra bullish right now, right? Not only in the weekly and the daily chart. So it is pushing higher. It's probably going to keep pushing higher. And so don't fight the trend. I've been out of my short since October 26th, right? In hindsight, I wish I would have flipped back around and taken a long, but I didn't, right? But I took that short from October 12th, all talked about on the live streams. I talked about on the live streams. It looks like, there could be a reversal in the shorter time periods. There was. I locked in profits, and then it just short squeezed up all to all-time highs. So that's the NASDAQ. Let's take a look. A couple other things, though. The dollar, right? The dollar broke down below this target box here. Looks like it's found temporary support, at least possibly fill that gap there at 102. Let the trending dots kind of catch up, maybe puts in another lower high, and then possibly continues down. Too early to say, right? The weekly chart is still bearish. The daily chart is still bearish. Remember, the 4th target never got hit. The 4th target never got hit. This was the 4th target to the downside. It did get hit. So we're going to find out if it's going to find support or not. If not, if it doesn't find support at the 4th key target area, then big red arrow down. It seems like it's going to come back down, possibly retest the 200-week moving average, and possibly this longer term target to the downside. That was never hit back here. So that's the dollar. 10-year yield of 1%. Hit 4 targets to the downside as well after the bearish divergence, right? So we talked about it in the live streams. We covered it. Bearish divergence, possible lower high, sell signal, confirmed lower highs, right? And then it's been bearish ever since. Then we had oversold conditions right at key target 4, right? Key target 4. Will it find support here? Seems like at least temporarily it is finding support here at that 3.9%, right? At a key target 4. And it's no longer ultra bearish. It's no longer oversold. So we'll see. Will it find support and then get a retracement? And then we'll find out from there. But that's a 10-year yield up 1%. If you look at the lower time frames, looks like it as well. Could possibly see a buy signal on the rates. So, if you're in the mortgage world, right, the 30-year mortgage rates follow the 10-year yield very closely. I was in that world for 17 years of my life, mortgage and real estate. Probably a good time, not financial advice, not mortgage financial advice, right? Never on this channel is a financial advice, educational purposes only, entertainment purposes only. But if you had a floating rate lock, like on mortgages, you probably want to lock in that rate, right? At least temporarily, if you're buying a place or something and you're floating it down, thinking, it's going to go all the way to 2%, right? At least short term, if you're in escrow, you probably want to lock in that rate, not financial advice, right? 10-year yield, gold. Let's go up to the gold up here, right? Had this high, had a reverse candle back down. And then is this going to be a lower high, right? Too early to say. Or is this going to be a higher low? Too early to say. Can't say right now, right? It is currently still bullish on the daily chart. It is still bullish on the weekly chart. You can see that if anything is consolidating, kind of letting the trending dots kind of catch up. There was a reverse candle on the weekly chart, though. Reverse candle down here, reverse candle up here. Really, it's been, hovering around these all-time highs. Is it all-time highs? Is it? Yeah. Seems like it's all-time highs going all the way back to August 2020. Still holding it, right? You know, not holding, hovering around all-time highs on gold. So that's that. Let's take a look over at for Tesla John, Magnificent 7. Let's go back up to some of the requests. Aldo, PALL. Okay, we'll come back. Let's go to that one first. PALL, ETF. Aldo is first. Let's go over there. ETF over there. Let's take a look at it. Right, reverse candle on the weekly chart. Aldo. So huge correction. Right, huge correction from $297 down. It's been in a bear market since March 2022. Right, so big move down from this wick here all the way down to here. 71% off on that ETF. Right, 71% off. Well below the 200-week moving average. Right, 200-week moving average is a 187. Buy signal on RSI back here. Probably a MACD bullish crossover. Yep, MACD bullish crossover on the weekly chart as well. No buy signal as of right now on the weekly chart, but on the daily chart, obviously there's probably a buy signal already. There was. So you had a buy signal. No higher low yet. You got bullish divergence. Well, you could call this a sneaky higher low. It's possible it puts in another higher low, kind of let the EMA on the RSI kind of catch up, let the moving averages kind of catch up, let the trending dots kind of catch up back here. There was that gap at $93. So it's possible, maybe you watch it on lower time frames. And if you missed it, I don't know if you're in it to win it already, or if you're looking for a buy entry. There's no buy signal on the weekly chart yet, but it's trending that way. Maybe it just kind of lets the trending dots catch up like that, right? It's possible. Kind of lets the trending dots catch up. We'll see. Kind of let the trending dots catch up like that. Let the moving averages catch up. Maybe it puts in some sort of bull flag, a higher low. Maybe it's even all the way back down here. It's possible. And then breaks out like that, right? But as of right now, there was a breakout on the daily chart. You can see it gapped above it. So there was a breakout followed by a buy signal. There's that gap down here. So just keep that in mind. Trending dots are way back here. Gap is down there. That is it. That is PAL. There you go, Aldo, my pal. This is PAL ETF, right? Big breakout to the upside. No buy signal on the weekly chart yet. Remember, 200-week moving average is at 186.26 as of right now. Price is at 109. See if there's any other gaps on the daily chart. Let's see. Nope. Don't see any significant gaps on the daily chart. You got a 200-week there. So I'm not sure if you're already in a position. If so, maybe it's a longer-term buy and hold for you. I'm not sure. You got it. Oh, waiting for an entry. Yep. So maybe you want to drop down to like a lower time frame. I think you've watched the 4-hour chart before, right? You had that buy signal back here on the 4-hour chart at $93. Then it gapped above the next day, went ultra bullish. So it's still currently ultra bullish even on the 4-hour chart. So you just have to decide what your next entry is going to be, right? You'll just have to decide that. And maybe you get a nice entry, maybe you don't. But right now, if you're looking at the lower time frame, looks like you're kind of chasing there. You got it, Aldo. You got it. You got it. All right, let's go back. All right, so that was PAL. Tesla John. Let's get back on the daily chart. Let's go to Tesla. There's that big breakout. Currently up 0.5%, right? There's bearish divergence. It cleared it, right? Fake out to the downside. No sell signal on the daily chart. Still bullish on the daily chart. Had that last buy signal back there at 237. And then we were talking about if it would break out to the upside or break out to the downside. Hit one target. What was it? Hit two targets to the downside. There was one up here, drawing it out from at 252. Hit two targets to the downside. Never hit target 3 or target 4. Found support. And then, so that, even though it was a fake out to the downside, right, of coming down lower, it still hit two targets to the downside, right? Even though it seemed like a fake out below this trend line, it still hit two targets and then broke out to the upside. Now, the question is, John's kind of talking about, what are your thoughts on Tesla after it broke out of the trend line? but got rejected at longer-term down sloping trend line from all-time high this morning. I got this trend line, right? This is my trend line here. So it broke out. It hasn't gotten rejected yet. But that was a big move up from 228, right? And it could continue just to go straight up. But big move up, 13.5% move, right? Within a couple of days, that's a big move up. It's still bullish. So is it just letting the trending dots kind of catch up and also start to break out to the upside? Possibly, right? But it is bullish on the daily chart. It is bullish on the weekly chart. So doesn't mean it can't consolidate sideways. It's possible it even comes back for a retest of that downward trend line because it didn't really retest on the daily chart. Puts in a higher low, finds support, and then breaks out after that. So we're not sure if it does that or not, but it is possible, something to pay attention to. But it is currently bullish on the daily chart and currently bullish on the weekly chart. So you may not get a retracement and a back test of that downward trend line. But this is the trend line that I have. And once it started breaking above that trend line right there, it really started to take off to the upside after that. So it was a big move out, right? And after this big consolidation period, it may not come back and retest it. But if it did, that's what I'd be kind of looking at, is a higher low, finding support at the trend line and the trending dots, and then take off to the upside after that. And then, of course, you want to try to probably push your trade as long as possible. Maybe even readjust it like that. And then this is kind of like your, hey, this is how it looks like that longer term. So that's what you're kind of looking at from there. That's Tesla. Not much to add off of that. NVIDIA, right? This was longer term bearish divergence. Is it going to put in a lower high? We don't know yet. It's bullish on the daily chart. Hit 3 targets to the downside. And we said if it doesn't find support at target 3 or target 4, then we're expecting a bigger arrow to the downside. Because remember, we still have that 20% gap all the way back down here at 306. I'd be surprised if that gap doesn't get filled. When? We don't know. Could take months, could take years. Who knows? Who knows when it'll get filled? But I'd be surprised if it doesn't get filled. But we're not going to hold on to that as that's going to happen tomorrow, right? We didn't hold on to it back then. We just put it on the chart back here, and then we'll watch it play out from there. So it looks like it found temporary support at target 3, and then started to push up to the upside, and it's still bullish on the daily chart. Will it put in a lower high, right? Bearish divergence. Will it put in a lower high? We don't know yet. Still bullish on the daily chart and the weekly chart as of right now. But relative strength could be losing momentum, right? Too early to say. Still bullish overall. Meta pumping higher. Is it going to challenge all-time highs, right? Is Meta going to challenge all-time highs? It's possible. Amazon has gone ultra bullish on the weekly chart. Amazon retested March 2020 lows all the way back down here. In hindsight, that looks like the bottom, January 2023, right? Looks like a macro higher low here, macro higher low here, and then it's ultra bullish. Will Amazon also retest all-time highs? It's possible, right? Back above the 200-week moving average is ultra bullish on the weekly chart for Amazon. Microsoft pushed higher, made all-time highs, right? Made all-time highs, higher low, all-time highs. Still currently bullish on the weekly chart. Apple, still bullish on the weekly chart, but the daily chart could have a little bit of retracement, right? Let's see. Let's take a look at it. Let's clean this up from previous live streams, right? So pushed up here all the way to almost $200 on Apple. Kind of retrace, let the trending dots kind of catch up. There was bearish divergence, right? Bearish divergence. So, and there could be future bearish divergence, but there is bearish divergence developing on Apple. We will see if there's a correction, see if there's a retracement, possible higher low in the near future, possible by the dip. We'll see what happens on Apple. Google breaking out today, right? So breaking out. We talked about a lower high. We talked about a lower low, right? That's why we have it red there and there. Then price retraced all the way back down. We talked about, is this going to be a higher low? Would price find support just above the fourth target? If it didn't, we had the red arrow to the downside. Then we were talking about after the third, hitting 3 of the 4 targets, right? Is it finding support, pushing higher? Is this going to be a higher low? And then here we are today. Pending buy signal is breaking out on Google at 135. We had the green arrow anywhere from here. Talked about it, broke back down. This is a higher probability breakout, right? So this was the fake out. This was the higher low. We've seen this pattern play out time and time again. Not financial advice, obviously, but Google looks like it's breaking out. Seems less likely of another fake out, right? Fake out, higher low is the higher probability for the breakout to the upside. As the daily chart is bullish, weekly chart is still bullish. Another reason, right? And then you had a buy signal back here at 130. So there we are on Google, breaking out to the upside, pending buy signal on Google, right? Let's get back to it. Sniper top 40, hut of 14%. Hut, hut, hut. Let's go. That's a football term, right? The quarterbacks used to do hut, hut. Myrna, good morning. Aldo, let's see. Myrna had natural gas requests. Let's go to natural gas. Let's take a look at it. Natural gas futures. Let's look at the natural gas futures. Let's do that. So natural gas futures. Woo-wee. Can't wait to look at the unrealized P&L of my options for HUT. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to do that on the live stream, though. Let's take a look at it. Natural gas, where are you? Futures. I know you're on here. I watch it all the time. Natural gas. There we go. Just to save time, search it. All right, here we are, right? There is no buy signal in natural gas daily chart yet, Myrna. There's no buy signal on natural gas yet. But here's what we do have. It was getting oversold, and we've been talking about it. Oversold, 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 right? Sometimes when the magic happens, right? We have a pending RSI buy signal on the daily chart. So it could be that the bottom is in on $2.23, let's call it, right? The bottom could be in. Too early to say, but the bottom could be in. Could have a MACD bullish crossover in the near future, right? No buy signal yet. It's too early to say. You'd have to drop down to lower time frames, right? Yeah, buy signals on the 4-hour chart, stuff like that. It's still caution. It could put in bullish divergence, right? That's something to always be aware of. So just like there is bearish divergence back here, meaning higher prices, it's possible that it comes back up like this, comes back down, puts in bullish divergence, right? Bounces, puts in a higher low, and then comes out like that. So that's something to always pay attention to. When there isn't a higher low to be had, right? Breaks out, comes back down, then you'll have it like that where it's breaking out to the upside. But don't be surprised if it comes out like that. So I would redraw it like that as well. And don't be surprised if something like that plays out. So those are your higher probability reversals. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but I've just seen it play out so many times over and over and over again, whether it's natural gas or Bitcoin or stocks, right? I've seen bullish divergence play out. I've seen the higher lows play out. May take some time for it to kind of reverse back around, right? Weekly chart is still currently bearish as well. So it's a caution, right? It is a caution buy right now. There is no buy signal right now, but it is a caution because there is no bullish divergence signaling a possible trend reversal. There's no higher low as of right now. So those would be the higher probabilities. So take that for what it is. Hope that helps. Let me know if you have any follow-up questions. Myrna, waiting for an entry. Awesome, Aldo. Sniper patience. You got it. Caesar, good afternoon. Welcome back, Caesar. Good to see you back. Rodrigo, I have a long-term position. Oh, DKNG. Okay. DraftKings. Ooh, So I haven't looked at this one in a while, right? I'm pretty sure I have it on here. Maybe not. Let's see, DraftKings. Yeah, it's been a while since I looked at DraftKings. So stock DKNG. I have a long-term position. Okay, let's take a look at it. So first thing that I see was that let's go to the weekly chart. Let's start with the weekly chart. So the weekly chart, I think people had me cover it in the Discord. That's why I was looking at it. There was a buy signal back January 2023 when Bitcoin was breaking out. About a week later, or 2 weeks later, there's a buy signal on DraftKings weekly chart, and it's just been in a bull run ever since, right? So I'm not sure where you got in, but it's still bullish on the weekly chart. It's still remember, there was a big retracement back here going all the way from $74 all the way down. It was in a bear market, dropped 87%. I'm not sure where you're at right now. Still down 52% from the all-time highs. I can see an eyeball test. This big move down here. It's retraced, right? It's been a good retracement so far. The case for the bulls, though, right? It is back above the 200-week moving average. A lot of similarities to Bitcoin, to be honest, right? A lot of similarities. Breakouts around similar times. I was already in it, Myrna. Awesome. So still bullish on the weekly chart. Trending dots are still pushing up higher. Could be bearish divergence, though, right? Could be bearish divergence, meaning, could be a full trend reversal, could just be a retracement. So if you look on the daily chart, there is that last breakout there at just above $28, right? So the daily chart had bearish divergence. This looks like a lower high here, right? This is a engulfing reversal candle here, right? Engulfing. If you take this off, as a bearish engulfing candle right there, pretty nasty, right? You do have this gap down here at $29. So it could just be going through a retracement, kind of letting everything kind of catch up. And this is a big bullish move to the upside, right? So it is currently bearish on the daily chart. Could continue to correct, right? Could continue to correct, possibly even retrace back to the 200-week moving average, retest it. Possibly fill that gap. Who knows? But there's going to be a confluence area probably around here as well. So it is bearish on the daily chart. Weekly chart is still bullish, right? So you just have to decide what your strategy is. Javier, come on, Hut. Come on, Hut. Oh my gosh. We got it from the bottom. We're still here. Got it from the bottom. We're still here. Pending buy signal on the weekly chart. Woo! Babster, good morning. Welcome back. I was already in at 229. Awesome, Myrna. Good for you. KO, Coca-Cola. Ooh, I haven't looked at KO in a long time. Since talk about when it was at the highs. I was talking about shorts, right? Let's take a look at it. I haven't looked at it in a while. Let's look at stocks. KO, Coca-Cola. It's been a while. It's up 1%. So the weekly chart had a buy signal on the weekly chart. It's currently at $59. It's bullish there. Daily chart, the last buy was back here at $56 as well, right? Let's zoom out though. Let's take a trip down memory lane. So talking about all-time highs up here. Was it all-time highs? Yeah, all-time highs back there. Talking about retracements. End up coming all the way back down. See, that was back in April 2022. We talked about it a lot back in the Discord, right? Only 23% correction, right? So 23% correction, but did go back below the 200 moving average and now is broke back above. So many investors probably think it's still bullish, back above the 200-week moving average, probably back above the 200-day moving average, probably one of those companies. So it did consolidate. Not as exciting, though. It's not like it's one of those stocks that dropped 85%, right? But it did retrace 23%, but it took a long time to do that, right? From April 2022 till October 2023. That is a bear market. when it's that bearish for that long, right? Coca-Cola, yep. Visa could be a good short. Let's see. Let's take a look at Visa. I haven't looked at Visa in a while. Visa, let's take a look at it. There you are. It's still bullish on the weekly chart, right? Still bullish on the weekly chart. Still bullish on the daily chart as of right now. So, when the trend is one way, right? It's more buy the dip season than you could do counter trends, Babster Loafman. I do counter trends, but my overall strategy is in a bear market, short the bounces, and in a bull market, buy the dips, right? So that's my overall main strategy. But it's not that you can't do counter trades, right? You can. I just think overall the profitability is better for to buy the dips in a bull market and short the bounces, right? So this is more of like the bear market, and you're shorting these bounces, right? You're shorting these bounces down. They're just bigger than these bounces up to the upside, right? Now it kind of flips around to the upside, gets back above the 200-week moving average. It's more of buy dip season. You see the buys are bigger moves to the upside, than the downside. So that's just my own personal opinion. Could just be letting the trending dots catch up and make a move up. So yeah, not short for me, Babster, but do you, buddy? Do you, Rodrigo? Thanks. Do you run your trend lines from the wicks? I have 260 trend line resistance. Yeah, for the most part, but I do draw them on candle closes too. The bodies, like if you switch over to a line, right? You can switch over to a line and draw it there as well. But for the most part, yeah, I do the. I mean, you can have multiple trend lines, right? But that I just have mine trend line from where it's at right now. Can you look at AMP Dallas White? You got it. You got it, Dallas. Let's take a look at it. AMP or crypto. Okay, AMP. You got it. So if you don't tell me which one, I'll just pick Binance. Usually has a little bit more chart history over there. So you had a buy signal on the weekly chart. It is ultra bullish, right? So ultra bullish on the weekly chart. You had a buy signal back here at 0.002. So it's still currently ultra bullish. Very wicky though, right? Very wicky. And we talked about this before. When it starts getting very wicky, watch out for the closes. It's still closing ultra bullish. Probably just consolidating, letting the trending dots, the moving averages catch up. But the weekly chart is still currently ultra bullish. That's the overall trade, right? And overall, like it came on to the exchange here at 0.8 cents, right? So it's down big, right? So someone got pumped and dumped from the top, down 98% since the pump and dump. Oh, got to watch out for those pump and dumpers, especially those influencers who are pushing those pump and dump coins, right? They're most likely in on it before it gets put on the exchange. They pump it up, it gets listed, and then they dump it and they sell their bags on you, right? So it should be illegal, right? But it's not. It should be illegal, but even Coinbase CEO did it when they IPO'd on the stock market. They have to let you know that they're doing it, but they pump it all up for the investors. They get you in, and then they dump a lot of their shares, like Brian did for Coinbase, the CEO over there. It's all documented. I'm not just I've looked at it myself, right? I'm not just going off of like a third party telling me, of fake news, right? It's all documented that you can go on to and see the filings because it's a public company. So they have to file it, right? So there's not really a difference. Is it ethical? In my opinion, no. It's not ethical in my opinion. Especially with the new investors, you're pumping it. But they've got it. Maybe it's not legal for crypto yet, but it is legal for the public stocks as long as they file it, right? As soon as they get you in, they dump it, right? So, anyways, I don't think it's ethical, but they do it, and you just got to be aware that it happens, and you gotta you got to watch out for it. And you don't want to be one of those bag holders. So that's why I always say I don't like to trade things that has no chart history, right? If you brought this to me back here in November 2021, I would just say I'm not interested because it just got listed, could be a pump and dump possibly, right? There's nothing to chart for me. It's got to have some chart history for me to be interested. And because I want to stack the probabilities in my favor. We're at 55 minutes. I don't think we're going to flip the hat backwards. So we got to keep going. We got to go a little bit faster. Let's go talk faster. Just listening to Chief Dog Walker. All right, Myrna, Chief Dog Walker. Yeah, I haven't walked the boss yet today. I haven't walked the boss yet. Me and the wife switch off mornings, afternoons, right? Welcome to my world, right? So today is not the day, right? Today is the day I take the dog, my boss, in the afternoon. Chief Dog Walker over here. I don't care what the wife says. I don't care what my dog says. I am the Chief Dog Walker, and I've got to walk the dog this afternoon. So that's that. Can I get big time cryptographics information, please? Thank you. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Let me know. Reiki, good morning. Reiki, can you look at oil, please? Yeah, we got a couple minutes here. U.S. oil. Take a look at U.S. oil. U.S. oil. Bum, bum, bum. 2.5% today. Did it find support of the 200-week moving average? Too early to say on the weekly chart. Is it just letting the trending dots catch up? Is it just letting the moving averages catch up? Daily chart, right? Looks like it could be a fake out to the bottom on the 200-week moving average. Broke down from this shorter term target there. It's possible it comes down to lower prices, but as of right now, could have found bottom, right? And it's starting to make its move to the upside on the daily chart. Too early to say on the weekly chart. So expect, if this was bullish divergence, most likely, right? Yep. It was bullish divergence. Could pump up, could get a buy signal. It's back above the trailing dots. Could be the bottom, right? Bullish divergence, could be a trend reversal. Also could just be a retracement. And then maybe it puts in a macro higher low on the weekly chart, gets back above the trending dots. So maybe take some time to play out. Very similar thoughts to natural gas. So hope that helps. Dallas, never owned it, but thought of a potential. Okay, awesome. Well, it's better than buying at the top, right? Better than getting dumped on when it listed on the exchange of Binance. So I'd much rather buy it 98% off when there was a buy signal on the weekly chart, and maybe I'll look for a better entry because it's overbought, but it can remain overbought. So it's still a better opportunity to buy now than, back when it was much higher at 8 cents. So you got it. So anyways, that's my own thought process. Do your own research, make your own decisions. And we're at 58 minutes. Smash the like button. Thanks for all of your support. I appreciate it. Definitely go check out the newsletter. Again, Aldo, thank you for subscribing over there, Aldo. And don't forget this video over here, buy the dip, Bitcoin update reveals sell signal. Definitely go take a look at that Bitcoin video over there. I spent 16 minutes on it, did a little bit deeper dive over there. And so definitely go over to that one. And then, of course, if you want to take a deeper dive, we do have 60 hours of recorded coaching. We do have bot alerts of potential buys and sells for the $79 a month as well. You get the Discord, both indicators, all that stuff. If you want to just jump in the Discord and you think that you want to just take a look and you're like a longer term investor and you just want the sharpshooter candles 3.1, it's cheaper. It's $29 a month. So you do have those two options. With that, thanks again for all of your support. We're not flipping the hat on backwards today, and we're just going to keep it under 1 hour, and we will see you tomorrow on the next one. All right. Have a good rest of your day, and talk to you later.